What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, trying something new this week, we're going to be overviewing all the Incarnon choices, basically before anyone has actually tried them out yet. The update just came out like 10 minutes ago, so we'll be going over what Incarnon choices you can get this week, and what kind of stats you can also expect. It seems like a lot of people are going for the Boltor this week, so that will definitely be one of my recommendations to you. But which Boltor will be a video for later tonight when we do some nerd math DPS calculations, everyone's favorite. If you enjoy these types of videos, we're doing lots of videos on this channel, so make sure you're subbed so you can see when everyone goes up. Also, we'll be live right after this video goes up, grinding out these new Incarnon adapters and, testing things out along the way. I'm extremely excited for the Boltor one. I have nostalgia for the Boltor, and just nail guns are cool, you know what I mean? So keep an eye out for that, all those types of builds and all that, and I appreciate all the support, guys. Let's get started. Okay, so the Incarnons this week are going to be some that might sound kind of cool, but also might not be exciting. So let's see what we have to deal with here. All right, so we got the Ceramic Dagger, Lex, Magistar, Boltor, and Bronco. And I can just say, appearance-wise right here, that Boltor is looking really cool, as is that Magistar. Those are the two I'm probably going to go for. So let's start from the left and then work our way over to see what you can expect here. So for Incarnon level 1 on the Lex, it's going to be the same as usual. Just build up headshots, and you will transform it, push the ALTFIRE button. For Evolution 2, your choices are increase damage by plus 80. So plus 80 base damage on the Lex is a big number to increase it by. Once your shield is broken for Hoplite Virtue, you will get increased base damage by 80 more for 8 seconds. So I wonder if this will work on, it probably won't work on Anaros or Nidus, as they don't have any shields, so your shield can't get broken. So once your shield breaks, basically massive damage increase, base damage wise, which of course gets multiplied by mods and all that, for 8 seconds. So interesting. You do get shot a lot in this game, turns out. It's a game where you're killing enemies, and they're trying to fight back sometimes. So interesting one there. I bet it could be a huge number. So consider that for your first choice if you want to go for that one. On Tier 2, Trusty Sidearm. Increased damage by plus 80 base damage. So both of them have that. And the other perk of Trusty Sidearm is with a channeled ability active, plus 60% ammo efficiency. That means you can just fire bullets for longer. If you have a channeled ability active like Gloom or something, 60% of the time, you will not consume any ammo from your magazine. So I'm going to probably go with the first one here, as basically getting 160 extra base damage is massive in this game. And but at the same time, if you're playing a frame with like Gloom or something like that, 60% ammo efficiency is also nice. On to the next tier for the Lex. Got Evolution 3. Lex Talionis is the first choice. Extended Volley is the second choice. And Ready Retaliation is the third choice. For Lex Talionis, on headshot, minus 20% recoil, and plus 20% accuracy for 4 seconds stacks with the 4 times. So 80% recoil and 80% increased accuracy once you get 4 headshots. It should work with multi-shot too, so this seems like a pretty strong one. 1 headshot, get massive recoil reduction. It only lasts for 4 seconds though, so at the same time, maybe not that great. Extended Volley will give you increased magazine size by plus 10. That could be a pretty beefy magazine. And Ready Retaliation on reload from empty, plus 100% reload speed. That doesn't sound very good, but maybe. I'd say these choices I'd probably go for Lex Talionis, as that is a pretty nice recoil reduction, and I believe this thing has somewhat bad recoil from what I remember, but at the same time, if you're using like Arcane Deadhead, you're probably not going to even have that much recoil in the first place, so it's going to be up to you. For the final Evos on the Lex, of course, we'll work on the Lex Prime, you got Executioner's Dawn. On equip, 100% increased headshot damage for 4 seconds. Big damage buff there on headshots. Elemental Balance, going to give increased status chance by plus 40%. And then we've also got Critical Parallel, increasing critical chance by 20% and increased critical multiplier by 0.4. So this is a puncture-focused weapon from what I remember, and it does have good crit. I'm going to say definitely go for Critical Parallel or Executioner's Dawn on here. I believe I'm not going to try to spoil anything for you, but let's just say that this might have base radiation on the ALTFIRE shot. We'll have to see once it finally comes out. I'd probably go for crit or headshot here, but maybe if you're trying to go for a dot build, status chance could be nice as well. All right, Magistar. What is the Magistar going to do? So what the Magistar will do is going to, once you reach 6x heavy combo and then heavy attack, you'll activate the Incarnon form, providing 100% melee damage, 30 initial combo, 50 heavy attack wind-up speed, 10% sprint speed, and 10% bullet jump. I believe those buffs are less than the buffs you got speed-wise from the other Incarnon melees. Let's take a quick peek at Ceramic Dagger. Okay, Ceramic Dagger will definitely make you move faster. Ooh, that looks like a fun one. So this will make you not move as fast, but you'll get additional heavy attack wind-up speed, initial combo, and some sprint speed and bullet jump. So I might take this one still because of my Riven, but let's see what else we can deal with here. All right, for the Magistar level 1, we got increased damage by 100% by plus 100 on Crushing Verdict. While a channeled ability is active, increases fall off by 100%. Fall off? I think they mean follow through. So while you have a channeled ability active, this will have 100% follow through unless this is some weird typo. So that would mean every enemy you hit is going to take full damage. So you're going to have a channeled ability active, unfortunately. So think Gloom, things like that. So too bad you have to go for that, but I still might try it out. Increased damage by 100 on Edge of Justice with only a melee weapon equipped plus 40% attack speed. So if you fully switch to your melee, hopefully you don't have to actually have no guns equipped because that would be annoying. You will get 40% attack speed. Pretty nice as this is a slow hammer. On tier 3, the choices are Seismic Slam plus 100% increased slam radius, which is pretty good. 1.4 extra meters of range with Aura of Reach. That's a lot. That's a pretty big number to increase it by. Or Swift Break plus 30% heavy attack wind-up speed. I would say that the wind-up speed is already being provided to you by the Incarnon mode, so I'm probably not going to go for Swift Break on tier 3. I'm going to go for either range or slam radius, as this thing is going to be likely doing lots and lots of, heavy attack focused things, heavy slams, heavy attacks, etc., etc. I think heavy slam radius could be helpful here to get AoE death. But plus range is also nice if you go for a light attack build or whatever. Okay, so look at this. This looks better than the Firax, actually. Evolution 4, Flashing Bleed. 50% chance on bleed, or 50% of bleed on impact status effect. Reminder, the Firax was 40% chance of bleed on impact. So this is 50. It's higher chance already, so I'm already looking at this in a better light than the Firax. Although the Firax did have that 2 damage fire trail, right? As far as the other choices, you got Subtle Force, increasing crit chance and status chance by 8%. Of course, those are base, so they'll scale off mods. Or Critical Parallel, giving plus 16% base increase crit chance and plus 1% base, plus 1x base crit multiplier. These are both, or actually all 3 of these are going to be good choices, but I think I'm going to likely go for the 50% chance impact becomes bleed, because, it's already over 40%. Hey, why don't you just go buff the Firax one while we're already talking about this DE, because that was bad. All right, moving on to the Boltor, the one that most people care about this week. We got the Boltor Incarnon Genesis. For tier 1, you're going to have Hunter's Mantra, increasing base damage by plus 18. While you have a channeled ability active, which is annoying, I don't know how they keep putting that in all these, plus 4 meters of punch through and plus 40% accuracy. 4 meters of punch through is a lot. So, thankfully I have a punch through Riven, so I don't need that, but that sounds interesting at least, and that's a pretty decent increase to base damage. Crimson Overture is the other choice, increasing base damage by plus 12, so you are not getting as much base damage as Hunter's Mantra, but instead of getting punch through on channeled ability, this one, Crimson Overture, will give you on kill increased damage by plus 2 and 20% ammo efficiency for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 4 times. Okay, so you can actually bypass the number of Hunter's Mantra if you get 4 kills with Crimson Overture. You're also getting ammo efficiency as well. So this one sounds like it'd be better, Crimson Overture, as they're both not phenomenal, but Crimson Overture is going to give you less damage up front, but once you build it up and get some kills, you'll be getting more damage, and you'll have 80% ammo efficiency too, which is nothing to scoff at. Moving on to the tier 3, you got increased projectile speed, could be okay on a weapon that fires out kind of slow bolts. Increased magazine size by plus 20, shouldn't really matter as we're going to likely be in Incarnon mode most of the time, and Incarnon mode does not need magazine size. Or Rapid Reinforcement, giving plus 60% reload speed, a decent chunk of reload speed. This will help you go into Incarnon mode faster. It will also let you reload the weapon faster, obviously, so you can just reload it to get more bullets out there. I'm going to probably go with either reload speed or projectile speed here, as those both sound pretty good. And magazine size is not going to be necessary in my opinion. The final evolutions for this, now I'm not sure which Boltor it's showing right here, so these numbers will likely be different once we actually get the Incarnon unlocker. So keep an eye out on the channel later tonight. Once I get this Boltor Incarnon, we're going to do a nerd math comparison of which one's going to do more DPS, which one will be better with hunter munitions, etc., etc., okay? That's going to be between Telos Boltor and Boltor Prime. But let's see what we have to work with here. Increased status chance by base plus 20. Reminder, these are puncture weapons, so puncture procs don't really do much. Second chance, increase critical chance by 8%, and also increase the status chance by 8%. So, okay, like I said, we don't really need status chance on here, but from a leaked thing, I'm just going to say, I believe the Incarnon mode might be slash weighted, so status chance might not be that terrible. And the final choice is Commodore's Fortune, increasing base crit chance by plus 12. I'll tell you what, the Boltor Prime definitely needs a buff like that because the Boltor Prime has very low crit chance compared to the Telos Boltor. It really comes down to the Telos Boltor having less base damage but much better crit, and the Boltor Prime having better base damage but much worse crit. So that's what it's going to basically come down to. But as far as choices here, I'm sure you'll be fine with all of these, but I'm going to probably go for crits because you know me. One of the weirder ones here, we got the Bronco Incarnon. It's the same way you're going to charge it, get headshots to charge it, and then switch back and forth. On Tier 1, increase bullet damage by 36 with sprint speed 1.2 or higher, plus 60% projectile speed. Will let you cover more area with your bullets and shots. And remember, there is an augment mod for the Bronco called Dizzying Rounds, which will stun enemies that are shot by it. The other choice on Tier 1, now instead of 36 base damage, infused shots give you plus 20 base damage. On 50 energy spent, oh, this is interesting, increases damage by plus 10 for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 4 times. Okay. That's going to be a lot of base damage. So up to 80 extra base damage on the Bronco if you cast 4 abilities in 10 seconds. That sounds interesting. I'll definitely... Okay, I'm kind of wanting to try this one out now that I just read that. That sounds pretty good. So projectile speed or big damage increase on casting abilities. For Tier 2, you've got either weapon recoil reduction by 50%, kinetic battle, practiced grip increasing accuracy by plus 30%, or extended volley increasing magazine size by plus 2. I'm probably going to want to go for... These all sound not the greatest. Whatever one, I'd say up to personal preference. What do you think is going to feel better to you? Recoil reduction, increased accuracy, or increased magazine size? I'd probably go with magazine size here. For the final evolution of the Bronco, we've got 3 choices. Plus, Rain of Lead is plus 2 innate multi-shot. That will scale with multi-shot mods, so that could potentially be pretty nasty. Commodore's Fortune, increasing crit chance by plus 20% at base. That will also scale with mods, so interesting. And then also 80% ammo efficiency when 6 enemies are within 6 meters with enough for everyone. So you can basically just spam shots if there's a bunch of enemies nearby. I'm going to go with Rain of Lead here. That multi-shot will scale with mods, like I said. And if not that one, probably the Commodore's Fortune to make it like a crit Bronco, I suppose. So good stuff either way. I don't know if the Incarnon mode's going to be like this on this thing, but I have high hopes. And then for the Ceramic Dagger, I did kind of like quickly spoil this one for myself earlier by just looking at this. The Incarnon Ceramic Dagger will release spectral daggers on heavy attacks. Once you reach a 6x heavy combo and then heavy attacks will release spectral daggers. And they'll also give you increased melee damage, increased sprint speed, and increased bullet jump. So spectral daggers, those will likely be pretty good. So if you want to maybe try the Ceramic Dagger, go for it. I don't think I'll do it this week, though. For the Incarnon options, you got Gun and Blade, which will increase base damage by 100. And on primary weapon kill, plus 1 initial combo stacks up to 100. What? Stacks up to 100? Oh man, the Ceramic Dagger's got some interesting stuff here. So if you get 100 primary kills, you will have 100 initial combo on this thing that has... Okay, this is sounding kind of cool. Second choice, Breacher's Opportunity. Increased base damage by 120. On Shield Break, increased damage by plus 80 for 8 seconds. Okay, well, I feel like Gun and Blade has got to be the way to go. That sounds way too interesting and potentially strong to not try out. But the other one, getting increased base damage by 200 when your shield's broken for 8 seconds, that's cool too. I think I'm going to go with Gun and Blade on here if I was to pick this one. Second choice, we got Orokin Reach, giving plus 1 meter of range. Adept Reflexes, giving plus 20 initial combo. 20 initial combo stacked with 100 initial combo could be kind of funny. And then the final one is going to be Rogue Readiness. On kill, 40% chance to instantly reload primary and secondary weapons. Interesting. So 40% chance when you get a melee kill to reload your weapons. This is looking pretty good so far. I'm actually surprised how strong the Ceramic Dagger's sounding just from the Incarnon choices. So I'd probably go for either range. Actually, these are all good on this choice, so it's going to be up to your playstyle. For the final Incarnon choices, we've got the Ceramic Dagger Tier 4. Red Right Hand. On first attack with primary equipped, increase crit damage by plus 2. Okay, so this is a gun stat stick is what it's looking like. So when you I haven't tried it yet, but I'm reading this. On first attack with primary equips, you go from this dagger, holding this dagger, to switching to your Brahma. Let's put that situation as an example. Your Brahma will have increased base crit damage by +2 when you switch to it. So that would mean melee attack, switch to Brahma, gigantic, like, Hunter Munition shot to end all Grenier ever. Interesting. You switch back, melee, do it again, it sounds like. I wonder if that'll have a cooldown or what. The other choices are increased status chance by +30%, base, very decent, and then Absolute Valor, increasing base critical chance by +3%. This is looking good. I was not expecting this to be as crazy as it was. So as far as the best options this week, after reading all the stuff, I'm going to say Boltor #1. And then, yeah, unfortunately the Fear Axe gave Incarnon melees a kind of bad rep last week. But man, that Ceramic Dagger was sounding really good. But I'm not going to recommend that to the general masses. I'd say for safe choices, go for Boltor Lex. If you have any ribbons sitting around that you've been wanting to like level up, the Bronco one sounded pretty good too. And I have a sneaking suspicion this Ceramic Dagger one will be really, really powerful. So, me personally, I'm probably going to go for Magistar Boltor, and we'll do a Boltor overview video later, like probably the next couple hours, once I get this thing, and we can compare the exact DPS nerd math for these two. Hope you guys found this video fun and helpful. I'll see you on stream very, very soon. And yeah, enjoy your Incarnon unlockers if you grind them out this week. Take it easy, guys. Peace.